A lot of great decisions there. The flash post aspect of the triangle offense. It's just absolutely huge. Chad, of course, has had a lot of different awards through the year. I think most inspirational player, and most improved player, and a lot of different awards through the years. And this season, Chad was named, along with Nathan, as co-most inspirational player. And I don't think that they could have been those two guys picked anything any better. Of course, everybody's inspiration, but these two guys just really did a tremendous job, and it was very exciting. Chad also, of course, was named, as mentioned, he was one of the four that was named to the NEIA All-American Scholar Athlete. And this is a tremendous honor for Chad and for this basketball team as well. Tremendous student, tremendous job. I think that Chad is one of the most coachable, most hard-working guys. He's just going to do whatever you ask him to do. He's going to do it to the best of his ability, absolutely. And he probably would have been starting in a lot of programs, and he filled that role here tremendously. To me, he was a starter because he could do so many different things for us. He's played 3, he's played 4, he's played 5, he's played wherever he needed, and just so unselfish. I think Chad Pilcher is the essence of what unselfish players are in successful basketball careers. And it's the essence of work ethic and everything it takes to be a great basketball player and a great basketball team. Chad Pilcher. We consider Rasan to be native Kansas. That's what I tell everybody who talk about out of Kansas. We got on this basketball team from Lions. Of course, played his junior and senior year of high school there at Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where he had a great career down there as well. And you know, one thing that is showing me that the matter of the respect and interest they have in Rasan. He plays down there for 2 years. And I'm always getting calls. I don't know who it is. This guy from, is it a Tulsa paper or a Broken Arrow paper? Yeah, calls me all the time the last few years. Want to know how Rasan is doing. And I know called him again and talked to him. I'm sure there's been some articles down there in the papers. I have been able to get him and see him about Rasan and all the success that he's had here back in college with our basketball group and things that he has done with us. And so even though he's only down there for 2 years, they certainly claim him down there for the great job he did there, the great job that he's doing here back in college. Rasan, of course, here also in that tournament team in 2000, was just had a phenomenal career. We call him a classic tweener. You know what a tweener is? A tweener is a guy that he's not as big as some of the post players that play inside, and maybe not a guy that gets out of the perimeter, and so he's a tweener, and he gets away with it inside very well. And what Bob Davidson was talking to him about from the Slant Journal, Rasan calls it footwork, and I call it craftiness. But he does a tremendous job of that, and being able to get a lot of great things done inside, offensively and defensively. I don't know, we call him 6'4", but I don't know. Yeah, I guess. And he just does a tremendous job. Right? I mean, to see how he's progressed through the years. We just knew he was going to be a great one. It goes back to his freshman year. I tell you what, that junior varsity team, when he was a freshman, had a tremendous high-low basketball game. With Rasan down low and Chuck at the high post. Chuck could shoot, and Chuck was a great passer, and these two guys just tore everybody up all year long. And Rasan just carried out on into the varsity level. Just did an immense job with that. I always told Rasan, you know, he exhibited great patience because he maybe should have been playing a lot more basketball for us by his sophomore year. And I can't remember who we had, Jeff Edwards, and I can't remember who all that we had at that point in time in that front line. Rasan just, filled his role and whatever we asked him to do. And of course, then as a junior, just all his history from there, what he did for us as a junior and senior year basketball period. So Rasan also has some of his awards here. Let's see. For this year, he won, and again, they had a great one on the highlight film. I don't know if you noticed it, it showed about 2 or 3 times to take a charge. And Rasan took a lot of charges, dove on the floor, and because of that, won the Purple Heart Award for the team this year. This is the guy that they get a heart for every time they dive on the floor and every time they take a charge. And in fact, Rasan really goes for that. I noticed several times during the games, even down in the national tournament, probably after that one right there, he takes the charge, he gets up, and he points at Michael Larson on the bench to make sure he gets the tally because he took the charge. And so, and now here he is getting that Purple Heart Award. And I tell you what, this guy just represents so much because the guy is, I guess you could say he's undersized to do what we asked him to do, but this guy has a big heart and he worked at it and he got it done. And because of that, he was also named as an honorable mention our conference post player in the KCAC. And I think it's a tremendous, tremendous honor for him. So join me in thank you. Chuck. Coach Chuck, yeah. I tell you what, we all deal with adversity in our lives and so on. And I know I was sharing with you with Nathan going through that adversity and having his knee injury and coming back this year, tremendous. Then I think about Chuck. And here's a guy, he didn't get to come back from his injury, his knee injury. And you talk about things that are planted on your mind that you never forget. I would never forget during Chuck's sophomore year when he walks into my office, seeming kind of down, a little depressed. This guy exhausted every option possible to try to get to play. When doctors told him there was nothing they could do, he gets on the internet and studies all this sites and medical procedures and everything. Ironically, he runs into this physician, this doctor in Sweden, who has done this particular surgery. And so then he pursues even further and he finds out there's a doctor in Topeka, Kansas who does this surgery. And so he goes to, gets his appointment. He just took this whole thing in his own hands and he wants to continue to play basketball. And when he found out, I tell you, the surgery was, and he could tell you more details on it, it was pretty drastic. And even then, they couldn't even guarantee that he'd ever play again, let alone he'd probably walk. And so I think he made a wise decision, probably figuring that maybe it wasn't quite worth that drastic of an option. And so he gave up playing basketball. He came into my office that day, and he pretty much exhausted all of his options. And he said, well, Coach, he said, I guess I'm going to have to transfer to Washington. And I said, well, Chuck, why are you going to transfer to Washington? He said, well, I can't afford to stay here without my basketball scholarship. What y'all didn't know, see, Chuck had a full-round basketball scholarship. He says, I just don't know what I'll be able to do. And I said, well, and this is a policy that we've always had in basketball in college. Is nobody loses a scholarship because of the injury or anything like that. And I said, Chuck, we'll take big advantage. We'll have you be very much involved in the basketball program. And I think, in fact, I don't think I know that every one of his fellow seniors would say that they were as important a part of the contribution of this NAI national runner-up team as any of the senior players themselves. He made that large means of the contribution to this basketball program. And we're going to miss him crazy. And I tell you, just the things that he did, and the things that he took over, the white program, the coaching the junior varsity program, and working with development of young players to being an inspiration for everybody. It's just, it's hard to put into words what he has meant for Bethany College and Bethany College basketball. So that's very, very, very special in what he has accomplished here at Bethany. I want to wish him nothing but the best. He's going to accept the law school of Washington, and so he'll be getting that law degree and be doing well. I'll probably have to bail me out of trouble sometimes. So, Chuck Kidd. Charlie McConnell. What up, Charlie? You know, when Charlie and Marcus both came, I don't know if I ever told you this story, when we recruited these two guys here. I know Chuck spent a lot of time with them when they came. And, but we had them in the gym on the Saturdays after school was out, on Saturday afternoon or something. We put them through a workout. In fact, Chuck was there for that workout, I remember, because I remember Chuck mentioned to me, he said, Coach, he says, and you know, if Chuck was saying this, you know we must have been working pretty hard, because we put them through this workout. We had them running suicides, shooting free throws after suicides, and the whole bit while they were in blood. And of course, they were like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And they just kept doing everything we had them do. And you know, I think it's really important when you got someone coming from, you don't really know them, and you want to make sure that they understand what we're all about and everything. They're going to come and join our basketball program. And pretty soon Chuck pulls me aside. He says, Coach, don't you think you've had them done enough yet, you know? Maybe we ought to back up. We'd like these guys to come. And they just went through the whole workout. And they still came. So I think that says something about these two guys right here. They still came to bat. They weren't scared of a little bit of work or anything like that. And of course, Charlie's became known as a shooter, and a tremendous three-point shooter. I know last year I think he shot like 41, 42, 43% from three-point line. Not quite as high this year, and partially, of course, everybody knew about him. He was a little bit more of a marked man. But I think a lot of you noticed that one thing Charlie did this year was he got better and better off the dribble. And his defense got better and better. This guy liked to play physical, and I think you saw that on the tape too. Remember that in the highlight film? He's good at he loves to play physical basketball. And we certainly used that to his advantage, and certainly helped the basketball team as well. And what's been so neat about Charlie is, I mean, if you imagine being from San Diego, Vesta, California, coming to Kansas, and here it snows, and it gets cold, and things we're not used to back home, these two guys, and adapted to it very well, toughed it out, I guess you could say. And that's what's really exciting, is to see how Charlie, the longer he was here, the more he realized all about what Bethany basketball was all about. And and in the end, and this year, became such a contributor to the chemistry and everything else in this basketball team. And it was really, really neat to see that happen. And that was huge, the success that we had this season, and the way we finished this year up. Charlie is also, he'll be back next year, so will Marcus. So Charlie will be back, of course he can't play anymore, and run out of eligibility. Charlie's working on his social science teaching degree, and he'll be in school all this next year, working on his coursework. And then it's my understanding that he wants to, for student teaching, he's working with our career services and wants to do it through the Urban Life Center in Chicago. So that'll be a year from this fall when he plans to do that.